everyone, today I'll be reviewing this brand new comedy special just dropped on Netflix called Sebastian Maniscalco. Is It Me? This brand new, Netflix looks like every week they're dropping brand new stand-up comedy special. And this particular comedian, I never saw him before. And I must say his comedy, he is like I felt like there's many comedy special are dropping on Netflix, but I thought his style he's kind of like how old age comedy where he does comedy with his body and his face. At first I was like, oh, this is very good, and especially his background. I guess he's Italian and he talks about his dad, and this kind of joke I felt like personally I haven't heard in a while, so it was quite refreshing listening to his joke. It's like how this day everything is. He was talking about although he's only 49 years old, but he was saying like how these days you cannot say this and that, like kind of reminds me of all the old comedy used to be back then. And I used to love the show called Everybody Love Raymond, and in that show, they are from also Italy, and he was talking about his wife. Whoa, he talks a lot about his wife, and after finishing the show, I had to look her up. So she's really not at all. I don't know why. When he was saying all this joke, I was thinking maybe she's old lady or something. All this joke he was telling about her, and all the joke he was telling about his son, because he has two kids and he need to drop them off to school, and all this joke he was saying. I was like, really funny. His first act for this comedy special is really funny. I thought it was it do get very repetitive because his comedy is very different. People who are used to his comedy, they will I guess get it in quickly, but people who we are not familiar with him will be like, whoa. But as he goes on, his comedy, it is very funny. Sometimes sometimes he does take pause and he kind of like interact with the audience. So there is a many type of comedy special on Netflix. Some of them are like, this comedy special, they're like 1 hour long. So the first act is sometimes they're funny, in the middle act do drag, and the last act is not. So in this show's particular case, I would say is the first act is really funny. All the thing he was talking about bus boy and his kids dropping up to school, doing small talk with the parents. But sometimes I did felt that his joke doesn't always go anywhere. Like he goes on and on, that doesn't have punchline. That is what I would say. Like one of his joke, like this Asian joke, what was he going with that? Like what was he trying to make point with? I didn't get it. Didn't have a huge punchline that you are going ha ha laughing out loud. The only punchline I will say, like all his wife joke were really funny. I was like, that is hilarious. Some of his joke with his kids dropping off to school did drag a lot. Some of his joke about his dad was funny. Some of them are not. However, the way he wrapped up the show, he just wrapped it up. He didn't say, I forgot to mention, this show takes place in Las Vegas. This comedy special, they take place in different city. I guess this one was in Las Vegas, and the beginning of this show, he was asking everyone to dress up. I guess some people dressed up in a coat pant and dress. He was thanking to everyone. But all this comedy special, they always end like, oh, thank you Las Vegas for watching me, or something like that. He just, in this one's case, he just walked off like end of his joke. The way it's finished, it wasn't very nicely finished, I guess I'm trying to say. That means that someone who never seen him before, I must say, he's really very funny person. Like his jokes are not cringy at all, and all his jokes are very funny. Although I don't know if everyone will be laughing at his joke, because some of his jokes are very, how it's like a preschool center. Like he's dropping off his kids to school, and one kid was dressing up as a lion. All this thing he was saying. It's very old style joke he was saying, and I haven't watched this kind of joke in a while, I will say. And it was good time watching. Then again, as I mentioned, not everyone will find it funny, but I found it funny, and that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this comedy special? And if you enjoyed this review, don't mention other reviews on other comedy special. Recently, there was one Trevor Noah, and there was another guy, and he was from England. That was funny too. Then I guess there is a many comedy special they're dropping on Netflix, and I know Personally, many people actually really like checking them out, and especially people who are fan of this comedian, they will check them out for sure. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this comedy special. If you enjoyed about this review, don't forget to share my other review. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.